Hi everyone, Samantha here with Crafty Sammy. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching today's video. Today I am working on a project planner that I've been thinking about making for quite a while now. It's to keep track of the different crochet projects that I want to do and the ones that I've completed. I find that with Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, there's patterns all over the place, and some I really like and other ones I just pin because I think they look kind of cool, but maybe not something that I would actually go ahead and do. So I thought that creating this project planner would really help me in tracking those projects that I want to do and keep track of, the status of them. Am I just thinking about it? Have I purchased the yarn? Is it started and is it completed? As well as being able to document and keep track of all of the projects that I complete. I find that I do a lot of gifts and then I finish them and I give them away and I kind of forget about them, and then maybe I'll take a photo and I'll look back and I'll have no idea the yarn I used, where that pattern was, or anything like that. So I thought this project planner would be incredibly helpful in doing that. Now, I am by no means having the best writing. I have trouble getting things straight, and I'm not super creative in terms of design. So it's probably not as fancy as something a lot of other people or maybe you could do, but I was trying to keep it basic just to get everything down that I needed. So to start off, I thought it would be really helpful to document the different crochet hooks that I have. So I just went and did a Google search and found the different hooks listed with the different sizes, and I wanted to make note of which ones that I have. When I'm going to do a pattern, I have definitely found that I rebuy, or I look at a hook, or it says the hook type, and then I don't know if I have it. Maybe I'll just buy it if I'm in the store, or maybe I have an ergonomic hook in some sizes but not in others. So this way I can kind of have a better idea of all of the different crochet hooks I have, rather than digging through my drawer of crochet accessories trying to figure out which ones I have. So this page is going to be really nice and handy for doing that. And this is for yarn hooks. The next page that I do will be for more like thread, so a lot smaller of hooks. So I have just documented the different hook size. So if it's like 2.25, usually there's like a letter or another number there. And then I'm going to have comments as to if I have it or not. And I will make note of if I have it in an ergonomic hook, or some I have it like where there's the end on it, and I can add little notes there. So I don't actually have any thread hooks, but I wanted to ensure that I had a page down where I could eventually buy them, and then this way I can keep track and the page is already made. The next page that I thought would be really important was to give space to write any notes about different yarn types. Sometimes, when you're working with a certain type of yarn, it's you can think of it's the tension being really important. Like if you're using velvet yarn, your tension's super important, else it's really easy to pull out and the loops can get pulled, and that needs to be hand washed, else your blanket or whatever you make can turn into something unrecognizable. So I wanted to ensure that there was space for that. I haven't worked with a ton of different types of yarn yet. Some of it has been the velvet yarn, the Red Heart Scrubby, and it's been pretty basic yarn types since then. However, like I said, I wanted to ensure that I had space for it in this journal. And the first few pages here I thought would be great for things like that, where you're not going to have it potentially expand like with the projects that you want to do and the completed projects, but you're going to need quite a few pages after that. So I don't have any current notes that I wanted to make now, but as I'm working on it, at least now I have that space. So this page is the project planner, and this is really what I was getting really excited to do and to help me get organized. I'm trying to be creative with this cute washi tape that I bought off of Amazon, not really knowing how I wanted to use it, not really knowing how you should use it in project planners, but hey, that's kind of the fun of it, is just playing around and trying different things and seeing what you like and what looks good. And luckily washi tape you can lift up and put down really easily. So I'm just playing around with it a little bit, trying to get the design, because that is part of the reason why I purchased this, was to get to use it in here. And what I'm trying to do is just section off an area that I can use for a legend. And part of the legend that I want to do is because I want to keep track of the status. So if it's a planned project, if I've planned it and now I've purchased the yarn, and if it's been started, then if it's been completed. And then once it's completed, it can get documented in the completed project section. But those are the symbols that I wanted to use, just to give symbols and to cut down the words and cut down the amount of space that's needed on the page for that section. Now this is the completed project section. In this section, I am going to add some kind of main headers to it. However, what I end up putting in here may change and may depend on the actual pattern or yarn or project itself. But I want to keep track of what the project is, the date it was completed. I do really try to track how much time I spend on projects, and I'm absolutely horrible for doing that. So I'm going to try to get better, and I will put that under the date completed, an estimated number of hours spent on it. Then if it's been gifted or if I've kept it, and then I have a large section left for the pattern or a photo. Now, I do like to print the patterns when I'm first getting into it, because it's just easier than constantly turning on my phone or my tablet when I'm getting used to the pattern, especially if it repeats, then I don't really need it anymore. But you could then cut out the photo and put it in here. You could also punch holes in the paper and add actual pieces of the yarn, so you know what the yarn type was. You could, if it's different colors, you could put a variety of different colors within there. You would have the type of yarn information from the project planner where that bit was, but this is kind of nice because you can make it whatever you want, you can add whatever you want. So that's why I tried to leave that section nice and large, so I could kind of change up what I'm putting in there. If it's going to be just the photo, if I'm going to put more info about the pattern, I don't plan on writing the pattern out, because I will also have all that information about where the pattern is from the project planner piece, and it'll just be a little bit of referring back and trying to keep the same naming conventions. But I think with those details, it'll really help me get a lot more organized with the projects that I do. I want to get into crocheting my projects a lot more. I go through big phases. I've definitely been doing a lot more diamond painting lately, but I really do love crocheting, and I love getting to make things for people. I've done a lot of baby blankets, but I'm currently making an Afghan for a friend with the Bernay velvet yarn, and it's coming together so nice. So this is going to help me get more organized, really keep track of the different projects that I want to do. And now I'm just trying to add some more decoration and flair to it, and I'll probably play with it every time I go and add information to it. But this is fun to make it your own. So I hope this inspired you to make your own crochet planner. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See you next time.